Hey guys, welcome back to Paper Made Me Do It. I'm back for another weekly plan with me in my Hobonichi weeks. This is the week of April the 13th. And before we get started, I thought I would do a quick flip through of the previous 2 weeks since I did not film those for you. This was last week, and this was the week before. Alrighty then, that was quick enough. So, I'm sure you can tell that probably like many of y'all, my balance between work and home has been basically turned upside down these past couple weeks with the stay-at-home order in my state. So, I'm trying to get back to some type of normalcy here in my weeks. I definitely don't want those blank weeks to just continue on end. So I'm gonna do this in real time instead of doing a voiceover today. So for the sake of time, I went ahead and completed this far right column, which is pretty much the only thing that looks like my previous layouts. I included the projected weather for the week like I always did, as well as the dinner time meal plan for each day of the week. The only difference is I wrote in the abbreviation for each weekday, as well as the numeric date for each day, like a header in the top of each of these boxes. And that is because we are about to cover this up. So when I was trying to motivate myself to get back into the weeks, I had to just come up with a completely different layout because we have no appointments this week. My son did have an orthodontist appointment this week, but those are still being canceled because it was just a follow-up and not an emergency dental appointment. And then our normal church services that I would record on Wednesday and Sunday, we are watching from home via live stream. So what I decided to do this week is decorate this entire side of the spread, and I tried to kind of lay out the papers in advance for that so it doesn't take quite as long. But I've really been feeling the vintage vibe lately and playing in my traveler's notebooks with some ephemera. So this side of the spread's going to get decorated. I'm going to use this one column as a running to-do list for the week. So I'm just going to write in week of, and I'll just kind of use that quick lettering with one extra line on the left side of each letter, just to help it stand out a bit. And this is the week of 4/13/2020. And so I've got just a handful of tasks to write in so far for the week. And I am going to use the same system that I've been accustomed to using previously on this right side of the page. I just put a little dot by each thing, and then as it gets accomplished during the week, I go back and mark through the dot with an X to cross it out. But all of these things just need to get done this week and not necessarily on any day, so I just didn't see the sense in having a blank daily section on this side of the spread. Y'all let me know how your planning is going. Have you made similar adjustments, or did you have any epic fails like me and just skip a week or two as you were adjusting to the new, what I hope is temporary normal? honestly didn't realize that I had skipped 2 weeks in a row. I knew I had skipped one, but it wasn't until I got the book out to make this video that I realized I actually skipped 2. It's the first time I've done that this year. Hopefully the last. I've been enjoying my weeks this year. I'm just using my trusty Hobonichi ballpoint pen. And so this will give me plenty of space here if needed. Probably not going to be needed in all honesty, but anywho, plenty of space to add to that list of to-dos. So we'll just decorate this right side of the spread. And a lot of this vintage looking ephemera I actually made over the weekend. That was kind of my craft project. I thought this glue stick was full, but it's just about out. I'm gonna have to grab another one. Thankfully, I have another one right here, so let me grab that real quick. And hopefully this one isn't completely out either. I thought I had totally run out of these already, and then I recently did a little reorganization of my office space, and when I was doing that, I found 2 more, and I was so glad because, well, 1 more now, but these have been some of my favorite glue sticks to use, and apparently they're no longer manufactured, which is a big bummer. Let's see, I can't remember if I had that in or out of the edge. Lay some of this out again and see. Do it like that. So this is really, in all honesty, a little bit of a cheat. I'm kind of combining my planning, air quote, with an excuse to do a little creative journaling since there's really not much to plan. Now granted, there are plenty of things I could have written here, so if you wanted to continue using those daily sections, even if you are staying at home, you could do cleaning schedule, workout or exercise, or there's several things that could go there. I was just craving something different. Mess that up by using, I like to have papers of different material kind of contrast each other when possible. And I guess I need to stop being so frivolous with that glue stick since it is the last one, and just use it on the corners of the pages and not all the way in the center because these pages aren't going anywhere. So this kind of takes me back to when I did my setup video for this book. I did a lot of, or not a lot, but a little paper layering when I was decorating the inside and outside covers of my weeks. Even then, I wanted, at the beginning of the year, to give this book somewhat of a vintage vibe, just because I have the cover with this gorgeous floral on it that reminds me of kind of a vintage feel. Let's see. Yeah, this is actually totally different than what I had laid out, but whatever works, right? Just tuck that under there. Oh, I like the edge of that vellum showing. I made these little ephemera pieces this morning, and you can see that my fingertips are all stained from using that Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in the vintage photo. We'll just go on with the stamp. And I had thought about doing maybe just one, either one or two very faint stampings on top of the paper. So I'm not gonna, or at least I'm gonna try not to load this up with too much ink. And I'm just gonna press down a little lighter than I normally would. Yeah, so you just get kind of the impression of a stamp, but it's not overpowering. Turn it around and get some on the side of that one. Okay, guys, so that is it for this week's layout. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.